Cameron with the Center for Snake Conservation. Another day for some snakespiration. Man, the sun is out, so I try to take my hat off here. My hair, you know how that goes. So let's just check it out. Oh, look at that. Hair's always messy, but that's just who I am and how it goes. Today I'm here with a pair of ball pythons. Ball pythons are pretty interesting snakes, in that they're really cool in several different ways. And one is, well, three ways I can think of. One is they're pretty tame. They make great pets. They just sit here. And so they're a great starter snake for people. They can be picky eaters, and a lot of times in winter, in places, they just quit eating altogether and will go on a 6-month fast where they don't eat anything for 6 months. But that's okay. It's not something that people should be too worried about. Make sure the snake has water and that sort of stuff, and you'll be just fine. But the snake will start eating again eventually. But another thing is they have really just a cool adaptation, defensive adaptation, in that instead of biting and stuff, that when they get defensive, they will curl up into a ball. And now both these are pretty tame snakes, so they've been, not tame, but they've been handled a lot by humans, and so they're really not going to do the ball thing. But if you can see how the body of the snake is designed, it will just curl up into this ball, and they'll put their head right in the middle of the big ball here when they get defensive. Instead of striking or hissing or anything like that, they'll just hide their head. And ball pythons are from Africa, and you think about some of the predators of a ball python, and living from Africa, is maybe a mongoose, or maybe a wild dog finds it, or maybe the other thing is something like the crowned cranes, a big clawed crane. And a crane can't eat a ball. A mongoose isn't going to care. It's going to just chew it. A wild dog's just going to chew it. But you think about a raptor or a crane or a stork that would find a snake, and then they'll gobble them up in a heartbeat. But if it's like this in a big ball, they cannot eat it. They just can't. And so they can't get to the head to grab the snake by the head and give it a good shake to kill it, and so they can eat it. So that's one of their defensive mechanisms, is that ball. But another thing that really makes this snake cool is that they have claws. Now, excuse my fingernails. There was a check that out. Check out that claw. Look at that. Yeah, see that? I'm hoping it comes up. You see that claw? There's a claw on either side of the cloaca of these snakes. And now males have bigger claws than females. And what those are, yeah, snake with claw. Think about that. Snake with claws. Snakes aren't supposed to have legs or claws or anything like that. Fingers, but they do. They're left over. They're ancestral things that, but when snakes, their most common ancestor, we think, was a large lizard similar to the monitor lizards, or Komodo dragon, if you think about it. In those animals, there's also a theory of an aquatic lizard that lost its limbs, didn't need it. But those animals would go, these big monitor lizards would go underground. And if you're underground, you don't need arms and legs. So of course they're going to become reduced. And then snakes eventually lost them all. Man, that sun is bright. It feels so good though. Oh, I'm doing the whole the on the beach thing with their hair. Oh, but let's just see. So you saw that claw there, and utterly amazing that a snake has a claw. I mean, think about it. Why would a snake have a claw? And you know what? It's only in the boas and pythons that they still have claws. And snakes will actually use those claws during courtship. They will grate the claw along the look like this, just across the skin of the snake. And you see how the snake is reacting to my touch? Well, the claw has a different touch that will hopefully bring that female snake to be receptive to breeding. So, just pretty amazing and fascinating thing. Ball pythons are sit-and-wait predators. They're big and fat. They're not very fast. That's one reason they make good pets. But look at this face. Isn't that a face a mother could love right there? Only a face that a mother could love. They're kind of big fat heads with those pits along their upper jaw, and they also have pits on the back of their lower jaw. And those are those heat-sensitive pits. And if you Remember Snakespiration from yesterday, we talked about what those are for, is that they're to see infrared, just like having night vision goggles on. So that's Snakespiration for today. You can tell people that you learned that snakes have claws, and if they tell you no they don't, we'll show them this video, and you can see a snake with a claw. And before we go, I'll just show you the claws again on this snake. Make sure that we can get them in focus here. But there's one. Let's use the blue on my fingernails. The old dog chewed up a pin today, and I was cleaning up. I got it all over myself. But check out that number 2. All right, sun's too bright for me. I'm just enjoying it. I'm going to sit here and enjoy it with these snakes as they sit here and bask with me. And we're just going to smile and be snake-spired for the rest of the day. You too. Hopefully, talk to you soon.